Hey Alice, just thought I should let you know that my sister is staying with us starting next week. So prepare something good for us to eat, okay?
Wait, what? What do you mean she's staying with us? Did I miss something? For how long is she going to be here with us?
She's going to be staying with us permanently, of course. Starting next week, she's going to be a member of this household.
She's going to live here permanently? You're kidding, right? What about her kids?
They're going to be staying with us as well, of course. Where else will they go?
You do remember that she has 5 kids, right? There's no way we could handle this increase in members.
That's all up to how much work and effort you're willing to put into the situation. You could finally raise children like you always wanted to. Aren't you happy? Don't you like kids?
I do like children. But to suddenly push 5 kids onto me without any preparation is impossible to do. I can't handle a sudden change like this.
Jeez, all you do is say that everything is impossible. Can't you try to do something for once in your life? You said that there's no way you're getting pregnant, and now you say you can't raise kids? So then what can you do, huh? Instead of complaining all the time, maybe you should do something useful.
That's easier said than done. What does your sister say about all this?
Of course she agreed to it. If anything, Alyssa said that if you're struggling with infertility, then she is more than happy to give you the experience of raising children.
What about Tate? Is he okay with all of this?
Yeah, he's okay with it too. Don't go calling or texting him about this though, got it? He and Alyssa are going through some things right now. Do you get what I'm saying?
Going through some things? Did something happen between them? Are the kids okay?
This issue is between Alyssa and her husband. This means that you have no need to know anything about this. Butt out.
You say that, yet I'm going to have 5 of their children to take care of in our house starting next week.
My sister, out of the kindness of her heart, is allowing you to raise her kids when you can't, and yet you're being ungrateful and complaining.
This doesn't feel like a heartfelt gesture, but rather an action of pity from someone who thinks they're better than me. Either way, this isn't something I can handle. I'm sure the kids are also going to be stressed from the sudden change of environment.
I've had enough of this. I will not tolerate any more complaints coming from you. I can leave you anytime I want. You aren't a necessary person in my life.
How could you say something like that to me? Do you understand the words you just said to me? Who says that to a person, let alone their wife?
Well, you're jobless and your family isn't that well off either, right? You would be in trouble if I were to leave you, right? I have the divorce papers signed and ready to submit at any given moment. If you don't want that to happen, then you can shut up and listen to what I tell you.
What's gotten into you? Don't you think you're being a little too harsh right now?
Harsh or not, it's true that in order to survive, you need me. You need to wake up and look at the position you're in. If you understand what I'm saying, then hurry up and start getting the house clean for our new members. I only want the best for my sister's arrival. Oh, and also make sure you learn how to raise kids properly.
This is completely messed up! How do you expect me to do this?
That's not my issue. I'm starting a new side job with my sister. We'll make a huge profit with it, so you can look forward to that.
I was hoping you could pick some things up from the store for me.
What? Oh, sorry. I'm too busy with work right now. Could you just go do it?
I'm sorry, but I have my hands full right now. I don't mind if it's just from the gas station around the corner, so could you please go?
The gas station? No way. Those places are really expensive. We have 5 children that we need to raise, so you at least have to think about budgets and all that.
I get that, but still...
If you understand, then you can go to the grocery store no matter how busy you are. I don't mind if dinner is a bit late, although I can't say the same about my brother. Either way, do your best, okay?
I would like to go too, but I have some cleaning and laundry left to do. Or if you could just hang the laundry out to dry after I finish, that would...
Sorry, I don't think you get what I'm saying here. Let me explain to you so that you understand what's going on here. I'm not relaxing here. I'm working in my room. The house chores are your job, right? You should be doing your job on your own.
If that's the case, then could you at least look after your kids? Could I ask you to pick up your kids from school?
Sorry, but I haven't done my makeup or finished my work. So could you pick them up on your way from getting groceries as well?
Their preschool is on the opposite side of the grocery store. There is one near the preschool, but...
Oh, no. Don't go there. That place is expensive. Make sure you go to the cheaper place that we always shop at.
That's exactly what I was thinking of, so if you could just...
As a housewife, you should be able to properly manage time and money. That is part of your job as a caretaker. Well, good luck. If you need any help, just let me know. But don't waste my time with things you could easily take care of.
Right, okay. Thanks.
Could you knock it off with the complaints? You finally get to raise kids. This is what you've always wanted to do. Your life goal is being fulfilled. You could at least be grateful for this opportunity.
It's great to look after kids. But you or Alyssa haven't helped out at all. You guys pushed all the house chores and childcare onto me. I can't bear all the responsibilities. Recently, your sister has been ignoring anything I say.
So, she and I are doing important work. How else do you think we're able to have meals on our table? Do you think that just magically happens?
Well, I'm aware of how we have our meals, considering I'm the one who takes the time out of my busy day to make our meals.
Stop with your excuses! We're busy! It doesn't matter if it's a weekday or weekend. We're always working. You're just a wife. All you need to do is shut up and do as you're told.
How dare you have such an old-fashioned mindset in this day and age without any shame?
Either way, all you need to do is shut up and take care of the house and kids. We're living with my sister and her 5 kids. Your task is to take care of all of us. A childless woman like you has nothing better to do, right? If you have any complaints, then we could easily get a divorce.
But we're already divorced? That's why I'm complaining, duh!
Huh? What are you talking about?
I submitted the divorce papers a while ago! So you and I are no longer a thing.
Wait, what? Are you serious right now? Hang on. You're serious. The papers are gone!
Everything going on was way too much to handle. I couldn't stay there any longer.
You may have gotten one over me with this divorce thing, but you're still going to be the one to suffer since you're no longer my wife. You're a jobless housewife with barely any experience in the working world. You can't even afford to pay rent. How are you going to survive? Did you even think that through?
No worries, I can take care of myself. Besides, anything is better than dealing with all of that.
Is that so? Then what are you going to do about the kids? Are you going to leave these kids behind and leave on your own? That's so selfish of you to do that. They like you, and yet you abandoned them.
It's all fine. Tate is going to look after them. So there's no need to try and guilt me into regretting my actions.
What? Did you contact him after I told you not to do that? Why would you do that?
Of course I did! I have to double check with your sister's husband. After all, he is their father. However, from what I learned, your sister stole money from him and is on the run. She took their kids and ran so that she could use them to her advantage to prevent him from calling the police.
That idiot went too far.
You guys really are the worst. Using innocent children as hostages and using our house to protect her. I can't believe that you had me involved with that as well.
Don't believe anything Tate is saying. He's a lunatic who's framing my sister as a criminal.
He didn't seem all that insane when I was talking to him. If anything, your sister seems like the crazy one here. As well as you, Trent, you're just as insane as her.
Causing us unnecessary trouble. I need to tell my sister what's going on immediately.
What are you trying to pull here? Why'd you contact Tate? We told you not to talk to him, didn't we?
a troublesome situation, so I had no other choice. Plus, the kids all seemed terrified of their mother and kept saying how they wanted to see their father for the past 2 weeks.
This is such a pain. How could you be so useless?
You're on the run after stealing money from Tate, right? I won't say anything negative about you, but I do recommend that you hurry up and turn yourself in.
Turn me in? That's pretty dramatic. Besides, what's wrong with a wife spending her husband's money?
I see that you're trying to turn this on me. Anyways, he's apparently aware of your infidelity as well. You can run and hide all you want, but eventually he will pay for someone to tail you.
Shut up. Who do you think you are? You brainless good-for-nothing. Whatever. You can go tell Tate that this happened because he's extremely weak-willed.
Oh, you should tell him yourself. He's currently waiting downstairs at the apartment garage. You can't run now.
Huh? Why is he here? Why are you taking his side? You barely even know the man.
Rather than being on his side, I'm just extremely annoyed over your siblings. Plus, I feel bad for the kids. I need some type of justice to be served, or I just won't feel better. He just happened to be a factor in the process of dealing with this situation.
You've got to be kidding. Do you know what you've done? This is bad. It's all over for me.
You reap what you sow, I think is how the saying goes.
Shut up! You're not making this any better.
I wasn't trying to. How much longer do you intend to run? Your sister got caught, so you should hurry up and turn yourself in. You're only making things worse for yourself.
Why should I? I did nothing wrong. That job I was doing was something that my sister showed me. I didn't know that an illegal service was involved with it. I'm a victim.
Is that so? So then, what about when you were telling me how you're going to be profiting greatly from this job?
Well, that's because Alyssa was telling me how much we'll benefit from the job. I heard that it may have been a little sketchy, but I didn't think it was criminal level.
You weren't aware, even though you were working.
Exactly! I was tricked!
So then why don't you just turn yourself in and explain that? The more you run, the more your argument loses value. Like I said, your running away is only making things worse for yourself.
There's no way anybody would believe what I would say.
Either way, the police will investigate and easily find out that you were aware of what was going on. There's no point in telling me all of these excuses.
I had no other choice. I got fired from my last job.
Wait, really? When did that happen?
About 2 months ago.
Why didn't you tell me?
There's no way I could tell you about how I got fired due to the company downsizing. I tried to look for a job immediately, but it didn't go well. That's when my sister was telling me about how she knows a job that has a bit of a risk, but we could get good money from it. She was having some trouble with Tate, and so we both needed money.
Something like downsizing should have been discussed with me. Well, you always were a prideful person. The reason you wanted to have a kid with me was because you wanted the status of having a proper family, right?
Everyone else around me had a family and was benefiting from it. It's because of you that I was unlucky enough to get fired during the downsizing. They told me that since I don't have a kid, they couldn't prioritize my spot.
Are you seriously placing the blame on me? Do you ever take responsibility for your actions?
Yeah, I'm blaming you for this. If you could have just gotten pregnant, then we wouldn't have been in this position.
Have you ever considered that maybe if you had gained the trust and built a better relationship with your peers, then maybe you could have kept your job? Your former coworkers were all excellent employees, so you making the excuse that you got fired due to being childless is pathetic. You're a pathetic excuse for a man. You need to hurry up and face the reality of that. If I'm being honest here, you were the most troublesome to take care of rather than those 5 kids. A few days later, Trent was spotted walking along the road where he was questioned and eventually arrested by the police. The organization that he and his sister were working for was apparently selling knockoffs at a higher rate than they were worth. Turns out the man Alyssa was seeing was the leader of said organization. Also, it turns out that Alyssa and her boyfriend had planned to eventually force Trent out of their schemes. This means that Alyssa was using her brother's love for her gain. I'm sure the betrayal that Trent felt after he found out was immeasurable. Alyssa and everyone involved were found guilty of theft crimes and were sent to prison, leading to Alyssa's kids having moved in with Tate. With the help of his parent, Tate is taking care of his 5 children, and on weekdays I look after them, which is great for me as I've always loved children. It helps that they're so well-mannered children. I'm living a much better life now.
Marcus, you're getting home late yet again today. Just a second ago, I tried to give your office a call, but they told me that you had already left for the day. Where are you right now?
I'm at the point now where I can't go on with you anymore.
Huh?
Tomorrow, I'm going to be handing in our divorce paperwork. So before then, can you sign it and help me hand it in? Actually, I've already spent a lot of the time filling it out, so can you just sign it and turn it in for me? You should have time to do that, right?
What kind of a joke is this? Today isn't even April 1st, so you can't be trying to fool me, right?
This is not a joke. I've come to realize that I just can't take being married to you anymore.
Can't take it anymore? Are you seriously telling me that you feel that way? Huh? Right now? You can't take any more of me at this time? You are aware that in another month or so, I'm going to be having our baby, right? Aren't you ready to finally become a father like you always wanted?
No.
Huh? So you're really going to tell me that you want out of all of this right now? That's all really screwed up. What am I going to do if you divorce me? Where do you plan to go off to?
I'm gonna go off somewhere to where I'm happy.
Yeah? And what is going to make you happy?
I have someone that I actually love now. So I'm gonna go to her and we're gonna start our new romance together.
When you say that, do you mean what I think you mean? Is this all happening with that one coworker of yours?
Huh? Why do you know about her?
I felt that for a bit now you've been going out with another woman. You've always made yourself look a bit suspicious, and so I already had a feeling of what that entailed.
What, you already suspected me of cheating on you? Well then, I didn't have to try that hard to hide her from you all that time then.
That is not what I want to hear from you right now. You have a wife at home that's been pregnant, and you choose to go out with another woman behind my back? That is beyond messed up, Marcus. So are you really going to leave me for her? Do you not feel any form of sorrow for doing that to me? I'm tired of having to be the one that has to go through all these hardships with you.
I'm not trying to make your life any harder, Ella. You're just gonna have to accept that things between us weren't working out and that you'll now have to raise that baby on your own. Good luck! I want to go live a life where I'm free, so you can manage that child without me while I go achieve that life. I'll at least give you the house and the divorce, so you should be happy for that.
This has always been my house, though, so of course I'm going to keep this place. I just cannot fathom that you want to throw me away at this bad of a timing. I will forgive you for cheating on me as long as you come back here and stay with me. What are we going to do to fix all of this?
You can figure that one out yourself. I no longer want anything to do with you.
The way you say that, does it not break your heart whatsoever? What will happen if you have to pay a settlement for cheating on me, or have to pay for child support?
I'm going to ignore you after this, so don't expect a dime from me.
That will not go over well for you. I think you should stop all that nonsense and just come back to me and our baby.
I don't like you anymore, Ella, and I couldn't care less about that baby as well. Alright, good luck on your own. Make sure you have that divorce paperwork handed in by tomorrow. I want to hurry things up and get married as soon as possible to my new woman.
You're the worst. I'm not going to let you run away from this so easily.
How are things going with my house?
Excuse me, But who am I speaking to?
It's me? Me? There's no way you don't know who I am. So, can you tell me how my house is doing? Don't tell me that you've sold that place or anything like that, right?
Your house? What are you talking about now? And another thing, why are you talking to me after 12 years have gone by? You were the one that threw me away back then, and you left with another woman from your work to get married. So having a message come from a jerk of a man 12 years later is shocking to me.
I'm not your average man is all. Now, tell me how my house is?
When you say your house, are you talking about the one that we lived together back when we were married?
That's right, my house.
That isn't your house, lol. And when you talk about that house, I'm still living in it.
Huh? You're still living in my house? You're not supposed to be living in that house anymore! You get out of there right now!
Get out of my own house? What are you talking about? Even if you start to get pissed off with me and try to boss me around, I'm not going to be leaving this house.
You still living in that house without my permission is the same dang thing as you trespassing on my property.
Really? It looks like you might have hit your head on one too many things there, buddy. Do you need to go to the hospital or something? I knew you were pretty screwed in the head back when we were together, but I would have thought that after 12 years, that would have healed by now. Have you gotten to the point now where you can't even comprehend the words around you anymore or what you say?
What happened 12 years ago doesn't matter anymore. Back then, things were tough for me.
Things were not tough for you, but me, right? I mean, I was carrying our kid at the time, but you never seemed to care about it. It's been years now, so you'd think that asking how the kid is after so long, or some question similar to that would be normal, right? Well, it's not like you have to ask me that, because I won't tell you a thing about them.
Alright now, hurry up and get out of my house! If you don't leave that place soon, I'll have to come there and force you out. Do you want me to become violent with you?
Come on, calm down a bit there, lol. This is not your house.
All you're doing is living there uninvited now. I'm going to live there again starting today, so you get out!
Oh? Even though I don't believe you can live here anymore?
Even after I moved out of there, you really thought it was okay to live there without me knowing? I guess I don't mind any of that, but today I'm moving back in with one of my lady friends, so get the hell out!
Even though this house is under my name?
What?
From the start of us living here, my name has been on this house. So what do you mean this is yours? What made you think that this house was ever yours, Marcus? Lol.
Your name is on that place? There's no way.
Says the guy that left me for no good reason after us having a baby together and everything, and just vanishing for 12 years. And now after that long, you're back telling me a bunch of crap. That doesn't make any sense. Are you sure you didn't hurt your head really badly?
You really want to keep saying I'm crazy? That's very rude of you.
I'm being honest. I'm not sure what it is with you that makes you think that you can boss me around, but this house is under my name.
Shut up. I already know the truth. I know that house is my house. And right now, I need a house to live in. So I'm coming back to live in my house.
Even though it's been over a decade since you threw me away, you're still the same old Marcus. This house is under my name and it always has, so you don't have any rights when it comes to what I do with my house. If you do try to get into my house, I'll have the police here in minutes.
The police will only come to you if the house is owned by you.
But this is my house, and you're the only one too delusional to agree on that. This all happened a while back now, so I'm sure you totally forgot about all of it. But if that's the case that you cannot remember, maybe you're better off just leaving me alone and moving on. Because if you try to move back into this house, you'll only be doing yourself more harm than good.
I'm coming to get my house back whether you like it or not. Even though you think you can get away with stealing it from me.
At this point, you're so confused that I might have to call the old folks home and have them come pick you up, lol. I think it's best you don't come around here. You'll only make yourself regret things more if you do. I really have no clue why after 12 years, you think you can come back here. But it's been far too long for you to be talking to me again when you have that woman of yours, right? If that coworker's still around, then you both should try buying or renting a house for yourselves like proper people. Well, that's only you have the funds to do so, right?
Coworker? I don't remember anything about a coworker.
Oh?
The woman I'm with now is a lady friend I met 3 months ago, and I'm starting to think about marrying her now. And she wants us to have a house together, so I was planning on giving her that house as a present. I can't be asked to buy any other place right now, so I want you out of my old house.
Jesus, Marcus. Lol. You threw me out like that coworker meant the world to you or something, yet you can't even remember who they are now? I suppose it's because of your poor memory that you can't even remember whose house this is. But I'll remind you that this is my house, so stop trying to get me out of it. And if you come to my house, you'll only make things worse, so stay the hell away. I already told you, right? You'd regret coming here. But you still couldn't trust my words and barge into here, and now you have to pay for it. You had to meet my husband without being invited.
What the hell is going on? Tell me! Why the hell was a trap set up like that in the yard? I was just trying to get back to my house. What do you mean your husband?
It's not strange for me to have found another man and marry him, right? It's been 10 years now, and I've been married to my husband.
What? Why didn't you tell me anything about that?
Huh? Why should I have to tell my brain-dead ex-husband about my life? Lol. My daughter doesn't need to know about her screwed-up dad either. So that's why I made sure to never talk to you again, so that you never come back here.
I don't understand how you got married again, but what is up with this trap?
My husband is a bit of a protective man, and he works for a security company, so he decided to have some traps installed around the house to keep us safe. Lol.
Huh? He works for a security company?
Yeah, and we have a house with a young girl in it. So making sure that this house is secure from people like you is very important. And so, my husband made sure to put all kinds of traps. So of course someone that isn't supposed to be here would be caught in one of our traps. Lol.
Come get me out of here and let me go. This is my dang house after all.
You're being a dick. This is the house that I put my name down on and paid for all the loans. You never wanted to be the one to take up the responsibility of owning that house, so I had to make sure this place didn't go under. You're an adult, but mentally, you don't have the fortitude to be able to keep up with any payments, right? And you're what now? In your 40s, right? I think it's time you calm down and think for a second. Lol.
And to calm down, I wanted to get my house back. I planned on bringing my super young girlfriend here so that her and I could have a nest to make babies in. I was changing my life for the better this time.
You say that a lot, don't you? Yet every time you try to change your life around, you only fall even harder. Lol.
Shut up! Go ahead and tell me what kind of amazing life you have right now. I'm sure you're in the same spot as me going through all these problems.
I have been raising my daughter that you threw away 12 years ago all by myself. And now she is 12 years old.
Huh? Right. She is around that age now, huh?
And not just her anymore, but I have 2 more kids that I had with my husband, making it 3 now.
That many?
I raised 3 kids here with the help of my husband now, and still have a career outside of home. I think that I've been doing pretty dang well for myself after being thrown away by you, but...
Can you at least give me back that house?
This house is my family's house. But if you really want this house from me, why don't you come and buy it? Well, of course, that depends on your situation. But I'm sure by the way you've been acting, you don't have the money to. Lol.
Back when I left you for that other woman, I had gotten into some hairy business and lost a lot of my money. And since then, I've been having trouble finding any more work, and so my life has been really rough. But finally, after so long, I finally got a job as a full-time employee again and can start bringing in more dough. And, along with that, I've got myself a really young chick. So you should be okay with giving me that house. Actually, before we get to that, come and let me out of this trap!
I don't give a crap about all you just told me. Lol. I don't care about what kind of troubles you've been through or what jobs you have right now, nor about any girl you're with. You have no right to that house I own, so stop trying to get it from me. Also, if you wouldn't have come, none of that would have happened to you. But now that we have you, I'm going to call the police and ask them what to do with you.
Huh? What? The police?
Of course.
But I'm not doing well right now! I'm the one who's had a rough life ever since we got divorced, and so I'll have you sued for this!
If you really want to do that, you're more than welcome to. But I don't think you'll be able to find yourself a lawyer that'll help you, and any case you make that's brought to court will be dropped immediately.
Why do you say that? Do you not care about the harm you put me through?
That trap is only there to stop those that trespass.
What?
You're the one that broke through my fence and onto my property, right? So even if you're upset that you hurt yourself doing that, nobody's going to care about you, lol. I'll tell you right now, you screwed around and found out today.
Are you kidding me? You're messed up in the head for making me go through this. Are you seriously that mad still about what happened 12 years ago?
Well, immediately after what had happened, I was... But right now, I have 3 amazing kids with a loving husband, so I'm only happy. Because of you, I was able to leave you behind, and found that means to be a happy life. So thank you, lol.
What the hell? My life has been nothing but uphill battles.
And that's all due to you being a selfish prick, right, lol? Now goodbye, you piece of garbage X. I hope that you try better after you get out that trap to fix your life. I think the police will be here soon for you. Make sure to explain to them what happened so that they can help you to get your head checked out, lol. In the end, Marcus was taken into custody for trespassing and would be taken away in one of those police cars. And after all his hard work of getting that new job, the word of his arrest found its way there and he was fired by his manager. And that young girlfriend of his was disgusted by his actions and told him that they were through, which altogether ruined his mental health. He finally went back to his parents' house after almost 15 years and told them what had happened, and out of the kindness of their hearts, they got him a job at a really awful factory. And as of right now, he works from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day so that he can make as much money back to pay off all his debts, as well as pay his parents for allowing him back. I really don't understand why he went this far for something that was never even true, but I hope the consequences of his actions teach him that he got what was coming for him.